in MPL, maybe in MPL Indonesia. We saw a lot of glue, we saw a lot of Kuvra as well for current meta, but Grok is gonna be 100% interesting pick for Execration.
Yeah, I thought that Chaknu will play Popo than Koopa, but boy was I wrong as they picked up Grok. Okay, looking at the compositions here, guys. Arashi, tell me your short brief of your insights here.
I think again, if Singapore knows of playing sponge back to fights, I think Execration has a real good chance of even before.
Tapi lang game na isa na ka-game or kedua.
Taking control of their aggressive style. So I'm on the side of Execration.
What about you, Monica?
I think Execration has a really good draft here, but I don't know. I kind of know about this Grok though. How about you?
Personally, looking at the composition, it could go either way if they could translate it. But personally, I like Evos' composition. I like Evos' composition more.
Okay, let's see. Let's go jump into the lane of our first game of best of 3 series for our score match for today, guys. Look at that Chakno with his Grok. He already started to, just trying to give a lot of distraction as well towards the Potato. He doesn't want to let Potato have a lot of space as well in the early stage just to scaling his items.
Yeah, he's trying to basically open the map, trying to give information that the jungler's position, but we can see here both roamers, Rock and Jawhead, having trade damage in a sense. But yeah, other than that, there's nothing interesting. But meanwhile, top side Esmeralda, Lapu is getting pressured because Esmeralda could clear the minion wave fairly fast. Then Lapu will, I guess, hopefully both is fast here hero. But yeah, we can see both junglers being happy, just farming right now. And Arashi, again, any thoughts on the
Dia na naman
I think he just played safe until level 4. Once he has his bravest fighter, he's gonna go. He might go aggressive to win. Shut down Soul before he actually scales longer into the game, right? So again, taking control of the game early on.
Yeah, I think Execration, they have a lot of potential in the early stages. They have this Chakno, they have this Kelviji as well with his Benedetta. Eve especially has a burst damage in the early stage. But the problem is, Evos Singapore, if they can drag this game into the late game, I think they still have a lot of advantage as well.
And here we see like the classic Singaporean move where they actually take a pressure when throw is up.
But
that's gonna be another, maybe I could say a good ejector coming from GPL. The first blood goes into the hand of Evos Singapore.
Yeah, but right now Execration being a man down, I think Evos will gladly take that advantage and look to target this first turtle, guys. But of course, Execration still wants to buy time. But there you go, 4 members already zoning out. This is turtle era kill VJ being Benedetta. Trying to, it happens that Evos do not want to take the gamble here. They just reset the turtle here.
Again, in Singapore, it's paramount for them to actually, they spend a lot of time trying to secure the turtle, making sure that they always get it without losing a team fight, because that's how the region generally plays.
They want to play it safe, and another ejector coming from GPL towards this Chaknu. But it's gonna be a good follow coming from Soul. Comes in with the, I could say maybe a good jump as well from this Esmeralda with the Star.
Exactly, that makes Chaknu recalls right now, but we see no team fights, we see no commitments. I think both teams want to play it safe, especially in the early game. Well, any thoughts, Arashi here on this?
I think this is like the calm before the storm, because once one team commits for this, hold up.
Well, it's gonna be 1v1 situation with Pokemon.
And then Sonata kills, or basically takes down Kill VJ, and 0-1-0 as a Benedetta player is not what you want. Right now, Execration is trying to make something. Benedetta, without his buffs, is trying to clear the minions, trying to farm, but yeah, I think from the items, there's nothing special here, Rush.
And early on, Clock of Destiny is secured for Pokemon, as well as the enchanted tome for girls. So again,
Enchanted Talisman? Yeah.
Enchanted Talisman, sorry, my bad.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yes, Enchanted Talisman
the
for
cooldown reduction.
And for Soul.
Yeah, but Chakno is gonna be the next target, will be down. 8 Max, he just hiding inside the bush here, but GPL just realized it with the good ejector coming from this Jawhead. It's gonna be 2 member down for Execration. Now it's really a bad situation for them. How do they come back with this kind of, maybe I could say an aggressive gameplay coming from Evos Singapore?
6-0 as of right now. I mean, from the competition, I prefer
Force, another Drama Force is being popped up by this Kalra, but he's just, maybe not really having a good damage there.
Yeah, he was offside somehow, but then again, 7-0 here, and Evos is
Wala ko'y
basically
tarang
controlling
emblem
the
ba?
early game right now. 4
Wala
members
ko'y
or
tarang
3
emblem.
members
Wala
are
ko'y
Wala sa
already
emblem.
sorting out the
Dili
bottom
ay, wala ko'y tarang
turrets.
Di
2
ba lang sa
members
emblem?
recall.
Pangayo
It's
ito.
quite possible Trevor to do that because he actually is already behind. Now he's 0-2, and he did his
Wala akong
purify in that fight.
damage.
So he's in a very tough spot right now.
Yeah, but we can see Gil VJ trying to target Esmeralda somehow, or for some reason, because Esmeralda is already tanky being behind in gold. I mean, 5k difference. Just entered minute number 5.
Oh, but Pokemon comes in with the Chaos Assault and also good ejector with the unstoppable for force comes from GPL here. But meanwhile, Pokemon is going to be shut down in the mid lane just now with Girl as well. It's going to be 2 member down, 2-for-1 execration. Finally, they made some move here.
Yeah.
That fight was looking very good for Evos Singapore, but then out of nowhere, Chatlu with the Chag attack just dashes in and knocks 2 people up, and they get the fight turned around just like that.
Yep. Execution, they have to be careful. They have to do something here. They have to make maybe trying to find another momentum here to make a good comeback for execution. Because if they drag this game into the late game, if for Singapore they have a lot of I could say maybe a guarantee for the late game. They have this Esmeralda. This Esmeralda is gonna be so tanky, guys. And Potato as well. Okay, with 1 and 0 for KDA is really a good KDA for marksman in the early stage.
Yeah, I have. Well, there's some bug here, right now. We
Yep.
don't know what's happening. But yeah, looking at the stats, I mean, E2 Max is not having a good game at this point. 0-3-0 as a E player is not very good, especially if you're after level 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, guys, right now, Evos Singapore could, I think they could handle the game well.
Yeah, they are trying to dominate the game in the early stage here. Even though we know most of their composition is really going into the late game, but so it's going to be shut down in the top lane just now, and it's gonna be 1-for-1 trade as the same thing goes into the bottom lane.
I think they're trading turrets, but Evos Singapore gets that tier 2 turret top side, and meanwhile, Execration only gets 1 kill and 1 tier 1 turret bottom side here. So, but oh my god, Kill VG manages to secure the buff.
GPL, another ejector comes from GPL here. E2 Max need to stop him with that really a good slow effect that coming from this Eve. And luckily, there's no fallout coming from Evos Singapore. After the ejector comes from the Jauhead Eve, there's some fallout coming from Evos Singapore. I think Evos Singapore still could have 1 point, another point from Execration here. Okay, so?
But yeah, they both teams right now. Execration, and they are trying to find wars, trying to find good pickoffs basically, but still struggling to do so as Gold is behind by 4k. I'm just excited. I can't wait to see the items, guys.
Yeah, it's just so annoying. Look at the GPL. This guy, he doesn't want to stop, okay? He just keep bothering all of the members from Execration. He didn't want to let them to maybe have a lot of space as well to farm, especially for this Renzio, because Renzio and also Kelra could be a hope for Execration going into the late game.
Yeah, I mean, as a Jawhead, and in its leading team is so very, very good. I mean, could zone out players, 5 members even, but yeah, we can see here 5 action. Evo pops up and real world manipulation. Soul is the next target from Execration.
Oh, but it's gonna be a good vulture coming from Chakno as well. Soul is going to, yeah, it's down. And now Pokemon is gonna be the next target for Execration. Oh, look at that, the really good brave fighter coming from Renzio. He really wants more, and it's gonna be still 1-for-1, 2 member down for Evos Singapore. And Execration now, they are trying to find a way how to shut down 1 by 1 the member from Evos Singapore. I think that's the thing that they can do right now. For car station, right?
For punish the aggression from Evos Singapore because they were going a bit too aggressive.
Oh, well, Charles, really a good comedy coming from. Yeah, G has takedown here, and look at that. But it's gonna be another threat as well coming from Evos Singapore. Kaura, he doesn't have the Summer Force, okay? He already used it when he shut down this GPL, but still, it's gonna still be maybe.
Still, yeah, I think that fight was an advantage for the side of EVOS Singapore, where we can see Execration do not want to give the sword for free.
Isip
And
ka?
yeah, we can see the
Bago
rotation
na
from
ko.
PVJ from the other three members. But yeah,
Idol.
Lord has been resetted by EVOS Singapore.
Yeah, they just want to play it smooth, okay? They want to at least maybe trying to make some move for Execration to just waste a lot of resource skills before they started to have a war. The Chakno already used his wild charge, and Regio came as well from the behind with the braver fighter kill PG. He just dived too far though. Actually, it's almost though. It's almost too close. It was too close for kill PG, but Potato gonna be the first target will be shut down by Execration.
Potato is basically the only casualty of that war, and that is what Execration needed. But here, Arashi items, talk to me.
So Harris, even though he is actually Kelra on 3 and 3 right now, he's actually quite farmed up. He has 3 of his core items already completed, so he's really skating very well into the late game. But the issue is that the Esmeralda and the Chango on the side of Evos Singapore, as well already with the NOG.
Yeah.
But yeah,
look at that. It's gonna be another opening coming from Execration, and Lord is already being secured by the Execration. And if Evos Singapore, they already lose their momentum, and Pokemon's gonna be the next target will be shut down by Execration. A good ejector coming from DPL, but there's no follow-up coming from Evos Singapore. So it's gonna be the next target down as well. Execration, even though they have to lose Rangio, but they got the Lord, okay? It's gonna be maybe another buying time as well for Execration to come back.
They got the Lord, they got 2 members, and right now, look at the both guys. Execration is coming back to this game, and they are basically now in control of the mid-game. Evos lost their momentum.
Yep, like RC mentioned earlier, maybe for Singapore they need that Necklace of Durance.
Yeah, and I've seen, look at the gold guys, and the Ranger is still on top, but top 4, 3 members are from the side of Execration. So this is a huge build-up from the Execration side, and we can see already pressuring with the Lord being at the bottom lane, launching down the bottom lane, guys.
Yep, now if Singapore they have to find a way how to shut down Kelra or maybe kill PG in the first place. They cannot, maybe they don't have to care about E2 max at the backline here, but Jackal comes again from GPL. Jackal can still run away with the wall charge. Lord is still staying at the bottom lane here, even though Kelra, look at that with the Zamor first move up. Oh, it's not easy to shut down this guy, okay? Now if Singapore they have to find a way how to stop the regeneration. HP they're coming from Execration, Ars.
Actually, that was a very well played fight by Execration, because if you notice, Kelra with the 7th force, he was actually focusing on the tower instead of actually
Iya na marito din yung
So
Surya.
again, very wise play, knowing that the inhibitor tower, the base tower, is actually so important. So opting to take that over any kill in that fight.
I mean, mind you, the Lord was not in hand, so it does not charge, and getting one innovator with a chargeless Lord is a huge benefit or advantage.
Yep, but you guys need to remember, if for Singapore they still have a high ground here, okay?
Yeah.
They still have this Pokemon. Can use that Brilliant of Order to just clear the minion as soon as possible. And they also have this girl, okay? This Chang'e with the Meteor Shower. It's not gonna be easy for Execration to just maybe trying to shut down all the inhibitor turrets from East Singapore.
Now look at the damage dealt. Lunox is the top as of right now, and let's take a look at the damage taken here, guys. 2 members from Execration is at the top 3, basically. So yeah, the Grok being at the top.
I mean, it shows, right? Because the Chakno with being so aggressive, actually taking so much punishment, and being at the front, no regard for his own safety, and actually opening up the map for his team. It's exactly why Evos is getting pressured so hard.
And only died twice, or they got taken down twice rather, while taking so much damage. So it's a huge effective play from
Yeah, now Execration they just need to maybe buying a lot of time until the next Lord pops up. Here, for Singapore, they have to be careful, especially with this Kelra positioning, okay?
Yeah.
It's just too good. This Harry doesn't want to stop diving inside the inhibitor red of Singapore, and look at that. Execration, they want to play it, maybe I could say objectively. They just want to care about how we take down that turret in the mid lane here, because that's the most crucial part, okay? Execration, if they can take down that middle turret, I can say they maybe control all like 70% of the map here.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the goal here, Rashi only 2K, but still Evos could still turn this around if Execration blunders. So what are the winning conditions from EVOS Singapore?
For even Singapore, they need to actually obviously shut down Kelra, for sure. But then they need to be careful about Grok and be careful from the catch potential from the Eve on the side of Execration, right? Because they do like to play aggressively, and if you're caught out of position, Eve usually also builds good items with those, and so if you get out of position and you get caught in the real world manipulation, it's you gotta avoid that.
Yeah, maybe Execration they want to make some I could say distraction as well with this Kelfiji.
Yeah.
You know, Benedict he can jump in with the
Final blow.
final blow as well to make some distraction. He can target Pokemon at the backline or maybe a girl as a jungle. But the problem is Execration they still have this Harit.
Yeah,
Okay?
that's true.
Maybe it could be I could say maybe a main damage dealer right now for Execration. But Chakno already used his vultures, just need to run away.
Yeah, just to escape pressure there. He does not want to risk it. But yeah, again, I want to see the equipment, guys. Because right now, the Lord has spawn and both teams are
Yeah.
still trying to basically find a window.
Going into the 16 minutes game right now, and for Singapore, maybe we just want to see if they already have one Nichols of Durance, especially to shut down the regeneration coming from Kalra and also Renzio. Look at that.
See, fight has been emerged right now.
Ooh, the wild charge hit 3 member from Evo Singapore, but E2 Max is just too free at the backline with the real world manipulation, and Pokemon is gonna be shut down here. Evo Singapore now, they only have 4 members. Potato, oh look at that, look at the joke, they coming
My
from Potato for
God.
Renzio, still have that flicker as well. Oh my god, it's gonna be a nightmare for Evo Singapore. Look at that Skull PG with the final blow comes and trying to catch that soul, but you know, Soul can just run away with the falling summon, and even though he's got a lot of resource skill that Soul used just now.
2 members are down, but we can see Renzi opening up fights and Chakni was just
Yeah.
being the front liner.
Oh, the wild charge again and again. Chakno is trying to stop the actually GPL with that Jowhead, but eventually will down from GPL and Soul almost. Now, if for Singapore, they have to find a way how to defend their base because look at that. Yeah, look at the Execration. They're just trying to focus how to end this game, trying to shut down or maybe even though trying to stop all of the members coming from EVO Singapore. But Pokemon comes right into the perfect timing there, okay?
Pokemon comes in clutch for his team. I mean, it was some sort of a gamble right then and there. Thankfully for EVOS Singapore, they managed to clear the minions, so to relieve off the pressure. But yeah, right now, both teams resetting with Execration having more control. But EVOS, they are looking to take the gamble here, being one man up, taking the Lord, guys.
Yep. Now, Execration, they don't have any, maybe a lot of options. They have to counter this.
my
But Lord!
God.
Oh, it's already being stolen by Benedetta. It's really a good movement coming from Execration. They want to force the team fight here. Potato is gonna be
this is it,
shouted
guys.
down, and it's gonna be a nightmare for Evo Singapore. 3 member down, and Soul is gonna be the next target. Wow, Maniac, they're coming from Kelra. This is what I said. Okay, Evo Singapore, they have to find a way how to stop this Kelra, but they don't have an answer for it. Arashi. Wow.
Again, in this fight, it's unfortunate. Like it all
Yeah.
began with that earlier fight
Oh,
where
meteor shower. I don't think it's gonna be maybe not a lot of things to do from Evo Singapore.
Game number 1, Execration closes the gap or basically
Bulas dan dua
start
gitu,
to win